Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Pokemon Spectrum. This is session number 18. We had a very, very busy last session, so today we are going to tie up some loose ends because I actually am done with everything that I needed to do before Johto, personally. So anything you guys do from here on out is up to you. I've got nothing left.
Sewing!
Yes.
Singly.
I don't think I have anything left in Kanto. Me personally, in my to-do list, I don't have anything left in Kanto. So here's a warm-up question for today. And I don't know why I would ask such a question at all. But if your character were to given a choice to speak to anyone from beyond the grave, I don't know why I would ask that, but if they were to ask to speak to someone from beyond the grave, this is probably more, I know this question is probably obvious for a lot of you. Who would it be, and what specifically would you want to talk or ask them?
Okay, and yeah, not that this would potentially come up in the session, but if Cassie were to want to talk to someone, it would be her father.
Really?
Surprising, yeah. Yeah. And she'd just want to talk, you know? She'd just want to reconnect with her dad and all that.
Would she inform her dad that you might be getting a daddy soon? You might be getting another daddy soon?
No, that would not come up.
Would you show your dad the picture of your mom on Halloween night?
Do it.
I suppose maybe if the conversation went in that direction. There would be no plans of doing that going in, but you never know where the conversation could lead. But yeah, no, she just want to, you know, tell him how she's been doing and about her new job and her new friends and stuff like that. So just casual stuff.
Would she mention that she is doing something that is possibly life-threatening to save the world?
No, because another part of this is, you know, she would choose him to speak to. But if she had the opportunity right now, she wouldn't take it. She doesn't feel she's ready to talk to him again. So
okay.
This was hard. It's like, would it be emerald or wade or gold?
That is interesting, actually.
Because on the one hand, she did take care of gold for a number of years after her mom's death, plus gold was always with emerald. It would probably know a lot of things and also a different perspective on things. At the same time, we don't actually know what is Wade to Tiffany, if he's her father or not. So, hard. Probably, though, knowing who Tiffany is, she would choose her mom. Just because so much is going on, and I don't understand it. Usually you're the person I went to with stuff I don't understand. Plus, what's this about Lobel and all?
For Molly, it's actually much harder because I don't think there's anyone that she knows of that she would want to talk to who she knows for a fact is dead. I think if she tried to contact someone who was dead, I think she would try and see, just kind of as a test, to see if she could contact her parents to see if they're alive. Yeah, to see if they're alive or not.
Your biological?
Her biological. Her biological parents, actually.
Okay.
Just out of kind of more of a curiosity thing.
Okay.
And then, yeah, if nothing came up and maybe they're still alive and they don't show up, then she would try to see if she could contact the Rays, just to see if they're still alive or not.
I see.
But yeah, so if her parents are dead and she was able to talk to them, I think she would basically just ask them why, like why did you leave me behind? Why did what were the circumstances of you leaving me from Molly's perspective, pretty bad situations for most of her life. So just she would want to know the reasons behind it. And if the Rays are indeed dead, then she would definitely want to talk to them and just ask them if they forgive her, if they blame her for everything that's happened, stuff like that.
Noir would definitely try to contact her father. She would ask him for should probably ask him for advice on certain decisions and choices. But she would probably, more importantly, she would ask if he blamed her. If he was upset that she chose Fabian.
Okay.
Probably also want to talk to Tole, but...
Yeah, difficult for Chase because Chase doesn't really have family that he would look into. My immediate thought was actually Charade, or Charade, or whatever she was going by, to find out more information about the 12. He understands that she was the last to be brought in, and so she would probably know less than the others. But if you could find out anything to do with sleepers in potential, like the potential for sleepers, he'd want to know that for himself and Kyle. That's sort of a cheat answer because I sort of gave you why I would do it for Charade, but it hit me who Chase would actually call out to, and it would actually be Noir. It would be Noir. He'd want to know if there was another Noir on this world before our Noir came to this dimension, and who killed her.
Good question. I think when we last left off, you guys were still by the Cerulean City Gym, I believe. So,
we had regrouped at the hotel afterward.
I see.
Have we?
You regrouped at the
to have
hotel.
our chat, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember, Madison is still with you? Or not still with you?
I think she went with Steven, didn't she?
She went with
Did
Steven.
she went with Steven. All right. And then I didn't know if there were any other NPCs with you at this time.
Cynthia, Fabian, where are they?
Yeah. Those two should
right.
stay with us.
Right.
Yeah, I think they were just off to the side while we were discussing very serious stuff.
Cynthia and Fabian are with you guys. I think Fabian still wants to go trick-or-treating. he's not
I'm sure the Pokemon do as well.
Fabian still wants to do more trick-or-treating. And Cynthia is very, very agreeable with whatever you decide to do.
What a
Sure, we'll do
surprise.
whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You guys are in the hotel. So what happens? We'll say, okay, and time-wise, it's probably like 9:30. It's not that late. You guys started trick-or-treating around 6-ish or so. So it's probably 9, I would say, or about to be 9.
Tiffany would have checked her phone. Any call from Jefferson? See if he knows that his mom got arrested tonight.
I don't think he would know right now.
Okay.
I don't think he would know yet. Yeah.
Busy having a ball.
True. Well, he still can.
Well, there's still someone who's supposed to be distracting him right now, so he might still be distracted.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Miriam.
Miriam. Okay.
Tiffany got a nemesis finally. Yay.
Was Molly gonna do something?
Sorry. Go ahead, Rama.
Molly wasn't going to do anything just yet. Ew is actually going to do something. Is he in his ball still?
Oh, she would have let him out when they got to the hotel.
Okay, yeah. So he'll come out and he'll have the bag of the Pokerus pills and he'll very proudly hold it up to Tiffany.
Good boy. Also, I will take these. By the way, guys, I got a bag full of Poker's pills. I need to go find a Jenny to hand these over to soon. Very carefully, we'll set them down.
Who reaches for them, trying to grab a handful so he can eat some.
No. Please say you have not taken any.
Chase reaches out a hand to see if he can eat some.
Well, she doesn't care about you.
Jenny's still around Cerulean Gym if you want to get rid of those.
Yeah, I wanted us to resolve things first before I go out and about again.
When exactly did you take those?
When I kind of took off. Remember? I left everyone for a bit.
Yeah, so you just stole a whole bag of a virus?
I know where Cecilia lives. Once I heard she was using children and what she was doing, I took initiative.
Fair enough. Yeah, these should probably be turned over.
Yeah, I agree.
But let me have a few of them.
Can I ask why?
Well, if these were given out to children and then distributed to Pokemon, I'd rather make sure that they weren't mutated or anything. I mean, if they're trying to mass produce a virus, things could go wrong, so.
Yeah, I trust your science more than anyone else's.
Same, frankly.
Gently nudges bag over. I think it's pretty obvious which are pills.
Also, about things we should hand over to police, or find a place for. The plates.
Oh, yeah.
We have some new ones, and I'm really concerned about the last place that had the plates. That didn't go so well.
Yeah.
And I don't want that happening to us.
So we have 4 total now, right?
Yeah, we can discuss this a little bit more in the dream world, I think. I've already got some ideas for that.
All right.
Are you bringing them? Just telepathically, she's like, "Are you bringing them home?"
Then Noir will receive a simple telepathic answer of yes.
Just one night. Then we gotta figure out somewhere else to put them. That's not where we live and sleep at night.
Just leave it to me, Noir.
Okay.
Speaking of events for tonight that don't make sense to me, Cassie, how long have you been able to do the whole mind thingy you did tonight?
Can this not wait until the dream world?
Okay. It will come up, though.
All right. I'll talk about it then.
All right.
Who are those people?
Good God, you guys. All right. You didn't recognize them at all?
Couldn't see past the costumes. I recognize the person who tattooed me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sure, I knew.
Seems like a small world for her to be acquainted with Madison.
Do you remember the 2 we ran into at the Team Rocket base?
Mm-hmm. Charlie?
Right. I
Charlie
never,
Moxie, right?
I never got to speak to them too much, so I'll take your word on some of that. But they're all part of the same group, it turns out.
Oh, okay.
All 5 of them?
From what we've seen so far.
They're friends.
Yeah, and Steven is Alicia's brother.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yep.
Small world.
interesting.
Little too small. Like none of this can be a coincidence, right?
I don't think so. So they're allies, is what you're saying.
I would hope so.
From what I could gather, at least most of the group we can trust.
They did give us the plates. I mean, without any fight.
True.
So they work for Cresselia then if they're giving us plates? They know what our mission is?
I may have told Steven that we were after the plates. But as far as Cresselia goes, they're more working for her counterpart. From what I can gather, at least.
Everyone thinks that's a good idea.
I think that
I
right
don't know
now,
what to think.
I don't know.
I think we should keep an open mind to things. I don't think that we should blindly trust, but at the same time, they can definitely be of help to us if they're willing to do so. I mean, we just have to maintain whatever it is we're going for. If they can help us in that regard, then awesome. And if not, then we've got to branch out. And if at some point we have to stop them, then we will.
And you all got their names, yes? Names are important.
And Steven, Moxie, and Charlie. And the other guy, what's his name? Our girl.
Cassie will look to Noir.
He goes by
Molly
Lewis.
will also look to Noir.
He goes by Lewis. She at the moment, though.
Right, the other group did mention a Lewis, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've met before, me and Lewis. Some history there, but it's
You
in the
dated?
past. You can say that, yeah. We dated a while ago.
How serious did it get, Noir?
I thought it was fairly serious, but I told him a few things, and the way they reacted, I just thought they would have understood just how much their actions would have hurt me, given what they knew, but really not.
So you slept together and then he didn't call you back, or?
Not exactly that. We had a long relationship, but some
Whoa.
things went wrong. I forgave them because it was a difficult situation. They had to choose between one family and my family. They chose their
So-
family.
True.
So you had it was long distance problem? Long distance relationships didn't work out after you moved here, or?
When you say
Well,
moved here, do you mean interdimensional move or
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Is it a safe bet to say this is camp?
Safe bet.
Cool.
But you never
Okay.
know. It could be a different dimension version, but I'm pretty sure.
True. You've already met the other not so good doctor.
Do you know where he lives?
Yeah. No, I don't know where Cam lives. Didn't even know until we met up with Moxie and Charlie that they were even in this dimension.
Why didn't you just come out and say it?
Well, we told her how the situation at the sushi restaurant went. The guy wasn't even him. Had to try and suss out.
No,
Okay,
but
no one
who
got
this
thrown,
person
so
But just here, now, with us. When we directly asked you, you skirted around the question.
because it's personal and probably still hurts.
But then as soon as you mention the name, then it's all fair game?
Looks to Noir.
Look, if you don't think that it would affect us as a group, then it's fine. You can keep it to yourself. But given the connection that it seems to have with, the Nightmare Gang, if this is going to affect us, then it's something we should all be aware of.
Last thing Cam did was a good thing. I just guess the friendship me and Cam had didn't matter as much as I thought it did. That's all.
So are you going to be all right?
Of course. I can soldier through anything. So, anything else to discuss before we go back to trick-or-treating?
Molly will hand over the bags of pills that she got from the kids also. Better turn these over to the Jennies.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they got these pills from the same place?
Yep.
As Tiffany, I mean.
Yep.
Cool.
They just knocked on the door, gave a code, and she handed the pills to them. It's really upsetting seeing kids being used for that kind of thing.
Yeah, it is.
How old were they?
Out of character? How old were they?
Somewhere around, I think you would estimate they were roughly 10 years old, maybe.
Okay. Around 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. And you want to know why? It's because they were going to pay the kids to transport the pills over to Mr. Kearney, and they did it because they felt like they had no other choice. Like they needed money. They came from poor families.
It's weird what people do when they're desperate in need of money.
Yeah. And awful that people prey upon that and offer false promises. Seemingly benevolent, then twist it around and hurt people with it. It's awful.
Well, hopefully they're done with this and hopefully won't follow them anymore.
Yeah.
Are you speaking about the kids or yourself?
We've already seen what happened to me.
You gonna let your past follow you?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure that there's much of a choice in the matter. I think that all I can do is expect the worst, plan for it, and hope for the best.
Hope for the best and expect the worst, and all your surprises will be pleasant ones.
Exactly. Thank you. I mean, bright side for me, I've got my mom back now. That particular operation was shut down, at least for now.
At least for now.
And, if they show up again, we'll just regroup and kick their asses, right?
Yeah, go us. Woo.
Yeah.
So which room is Cynthia staying in?
What are you gonna do, Ian?
Just want to keep an eye on her.
All right.
I
You're
can
gonna ask
room
if she's
with her.
okay with that.
I can get a motel. There's one right across the street. Keep her away from the danger of the place.
I'm fine with you knowing her room number, but if it's going to go any farther than that, like, don't worry, I can stay with her.
Aw, such a good daughter, Cassie.
I mean, I don't mind you being in the room, but I'm just saying.
Well, I mind you terribly being in the room.
I was trying to hold a straight face.
Tried so hard.
I'm trying to be serious here, guys.
In those books, they might paint watching over someone as romantic and like protective and nice and all, but in reality, I think that's creepy. Watching someone as they sleep, just for the record. Without the permission, they don't know. Ugh.
Well, anyway, if there's nothing else, guys, I think I'm gonna head out. I'll see you tonight.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have more time tonight.
Yeah. Be safe.
Mhm.
Of course.
So is Mama Cass staying here, or is she going back to my apartment? Just so I know where people are.
Chase is very much happy to show around town. Keep her
I think it's been a
distracted.
long enough night. We can get her back home.
To Tiffany's? Or to her old house?
Oh, God, no, not her old house. Back to Tiffany's.
All right. She should have her keys, so not a problem. I have family stuff I need to deal with tonight, so if we're done, until Dream
Well,
World,
I can hang out with my mom until you're finished with your stuff down here if you need.
I assumed. Thank you, though.
Mhm.
Also, I need to go find a Jenny. I'm carrying a lot of illegal stuff, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Now, just where can you find a Jenny?
Exactly.
Better call him up, Tiffany.
True. Takes out phone, dials.
Hey, I was about to call you.
Aw. Well, let me go first. Guess whose Grimer has a big bag full of illegal substances?
I was actually calling you just to see what you all have been up to tonight.
Usual.
I heard from my colleagues that there was quite a bit of excitement going on in Cerulean City, which I believe you and the rest of your group have been.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Met another
Good.
group.
And what is this that you say that you have some illegal substances that you have for me?
Poker's pills from Cecilia Constance estate.
Ah, yes. That's what I've been told.
Yep.
You can definitely hand them in to the nearest police station over there. They'll be able to take care of it for you.
Awesome. So you were gonna call me?
Yes, like I said, I heard there was a lot of commotion in Cerulean City, which is where all the rest of you were. Naturally,
My and boyfriend, so cute.
I didn't want to assume.
Aw. Well, compared to the last outing with the raid, tonight was actually kind of calm. And that's sad. Busting a drug ring is kind of calm for my group.
That is very peculiar.
Pauses, looks over at her friends like, why is this my life? Blinks.
Meanwhile, my evening was spent taking phone calls of people dealing with pranks and eggs and paper
usual
bags
kid stuff.
left on doorstops, things of that nature. Some things never change, I guess, during the All Hallows Eve season.
Yeah, there's kind of comfort in that, though. Well, maybe not for you, since you actually have to deal with that, but...
I think you had the much more fulfilling evening than I did.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a non-eventful evening. I was supposed to hang out with my family tonight. I got to hang out with the extended family. Again, looks at her group, nods.
It's 9:30. Might not be too late for that.
Yeah, I know. And I still need to check in on Jefferson, see if he's heard the news.
Oh, yes.
He's not going to take this well, I don't think.
Well,
I don't know what he knows.
I'm sure you'll be able to handle it.
I hope so.
All right. Well, call me if you need something.
I will.
We'll talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Good night, Tiffany.
Good night, Kyle. Hangs up. Has Cassie taken her pills? That she wanted out of the bag?
Yes, out of the bag.
Okay. Molly added her pills to his bag?
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, if there's nothing...
Good.
Yeah, if there's nothing else, then Molly's gonna leave and get ready to go meet Alicia.
Tiffany's gonna go find a Jenny, then go find her bro.
Okay. And what's Noir doing?
Noah's probably going to hang out for like another half an hour with Fabian during trick-or-treating and then heading home.
All right, so you're going to go trick-or-treating with Fabian?
Yeah, if anything eventful happens.
Fabian... So it's weird because the first half, prior to you guys getting into all of the craziness of that evening, he was genuinely excited to go trick-or-treating, and he's, getting all this candy. And he did seem excited when you guys were in the hotel. He seemed to want to go back out and go trick-or-treating. But after about 10 minutes or 15 minutes of trick-or-treating again, he's looking like he's starting to get a bit tired.
Okay, just start heading home early then. Thought that might happen.
Okay. And while you're walking home, Fabian's is gonna ask, "Is that Cam?"
Yeah, that was Cam. just like to use a different name sometimes. Yes.
I don't like Cam.
Why?
He's with the bad guys.
Yeah. Didn't know you knew that. I didn't know until it was very late.
He says, I knew. The doctor was scary.
Yeah. Took me a long time to realize that too. Guess you
When are
were
we
always
gonna-
the more intuitive one.
When are we gonna see Mom and Dad?
I don't know. They're gone. They can't.
They should have come with us.
They couldn't, and Mum left a long time ago.
He repeats again, they should have come with us.
I know. I wish they could have come with us too. But it wasn't an option. I'm sorry.
I like it here, he says with a shrug. Sometimes I hate it too.
I get that. I miss home too.
This place. Bad things will happen soon.
Maybe. I hope that we can make the bad things a little less bad.
He stays silent, and then he looks into his bag and he pulls out a candy bar, and he proceeds to open it so that he can eat it.
Noah takes it as a sign of, oh, conversation's over, and continues to walk home and catch a bus from Cerulean and go back to an apartment, get settled for the night.
Okay. Fabian will get into his bed, and Clues will I guess float down and rest on top of him as he goes to sleep.
Good night, boys. She'll close the door and check on Remy, see how he's going.
What's Remy doing at this moment? Is he asleep or is he awake?
He is asleep on the windowsill.
Okay.
Gently pets him and then leaves the door open a crack and goes to sleep.
Yeah, I just want to know if Cassie's, with Cynthia. That's all.
Oh, only always.
Aw. Good daughter.
I mean, yeah, her current plan was after everyone kind of disbanded, she was just going to be hanging out with her mom until Tiffany came back and told them it was time to go. And then they'd both head back to her place.
You weren't going to go see Nevi or anything like that?
Since Cassie knows that Nevi was the one who had the particularly busy night, she would be waiting for her to make the contact. And if not, then that's fine. She's not in the best mood anyway.
But you are, but Cynthia's going back to Noir in Cassie's apartment then to stay. Is that what's going on?
To Tiffany's, where she has been staying recently.
I think she is going to stay, and
But
Cassie's
if
staying.
you want, Cassie would totally have to use the women's restroom at some point.
No.
If you really need an opening,
You're looking into this.
We could make it work.
Is Cassie staying the night with Cynthia? Is what Chase wants to know.
Oh, then
Because
yes.
Cassie staying the night with Cynthia is different than Tiffany staying the night with Cynthia.
Okay, yeah. Been happening? It's true though. It is different. What's
True.
been happening recently is both Cassie and Cynthia are staying at Tiffany's place. Cassie will just crash wherever, a couch or whatnot, whatever's available, and then taking public transport back to her job in the morning.
Okay.
So the commutes are just longer, basically. But she's keeping a close eye on her mom.
Okay.
Okay, so before Tiffany comes back, Cassie and Cynthia are actually alone together. And she will turn to her daughter and say, "You have very nice friends, Cassie."
Yeah, I do. No, I got pretty lucky, didn't I?
That Tiffany, she's very talented. I'm sure she'll go very far with Pokemon contests as a Pokemon contest consultant.
Yeah, did you know she actually got that job by using our Pokemon in a contest?
Did she really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. So are you saying that your Fern is a contest winner?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Cassie, you never cease to surprise me and amaze me. You are just the perfect daughter.
Well, it was Tiffany and Fern. I didn't really do anything.
Molly seems very sweet, and Noir seems very sweet, and Chase, he seems very nice.
Oh, one of the nicest guys I've met. Yep, they're all a sweet old bunch.
How did you meet him?
Oh, he just pulled me out of a rough situation I was having one time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, she says that's very chivalrous of him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am without him.
Well, hopefully we'll get to see all of them more often then. It'd be nice to see your friends again soon.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I mean, I could arrange something at some point if you wanted.
She says that would be really nice.
Cool. Then we'll plan on it.
Maybe you could have a dinner party at home or something. I'm sure I could cook up some great food.
No, that sounds really nice, actually. As long as you'd be up for the work, I could see about contacting them.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. The holidays are coming up. We could have a bit of a Friendsgiving, I think is what they call it.
We'll just have to be aware that they might be busy. So we'll do what we can, but we've got to work around their schedules, you know?
Oh, I know. I understand completely.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, Cassie, are you enjoying real life, I suppose? The real world?
It's a little different than I'd imagined. But I'd say so, yeah.
Well, I have to say that I'm sure that your father must be very proud that you're following in his footsteps over at Prism Labs.
I like to think he would be, too. It's a really nice place over there.
I assumed. I've read a lot of articles in the magazines about how really wonderful their facility is and all the benefits that they have, and I'm sure Richard must really enjoy being there as well, knowing how ambitious he was.
He does. He seems happy there. I'm happy for him.
Well, I'm glad. Well, this evening was so much fun, Cassie. I hope that we have other opportunities.
I'm sure that we will. You just got to be patient.
She will smile. And I guess this is when Tiffany will come back?
I
Yes,
don't know
ma'am?
how long the conversation with Trenton's going to take.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and talk with Trenton then.
Sorry. Well, first let's call, see if he's still up. Actually, first thing first, let's go get the illegal substances to a jetty.
Okay.
Nothing that has to be RP'd if you were worried about
Yeah,
time.
yeah. There's nothing that needs to be argued.
There's a bag. Sorry,
yeah.
Cuddle Puddle. I will buy you candy tomorrow. I know it's not the same thing, but...
Okay.
Call, see if he's still up.
I'm a popular guy. Hello.
Oh, someone's been calling.
Yes, I actually got off the phone with with Cecilia. Apparently she needs a lawyer.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess you're still up.
Yeah, I'm still up.
Okay, I'm on my way over now.
Oh, all right. Well, Ezra's about to be put to bed.
That's fine. I have a feeling this is going to be a more adult conversation anyway.
Fair enough. All right. I'll see you soon.
All right, bye. She'll promptly head over if nothing of interest happens.
You'll head over, and Trenton will open the door. Come in to our humble abode as usual.
Aw, you missed me.
He will shut the door quietly, and he will say, Ariel's putting Ezra to bed.
All right. Okay, so after the last time we talked about the whole Team Rocket base, which happened, by the way, I dumped a lot of information on you. That must have sounded really crazy.
Yes, you did. Very crazy.
Okay. Let me begin with a little presentation before I go into my story in full. Let's go outside for a few minutes.
All right, Trenton says dishearteningly, but he follows you anyway.
Okay. Still a clear, chilly night?
Yes.
Okay. Hopefully this will work the way I think it does. I have no control over the weather whatsoever, right? None. Never been in my wheelhouse.
Yes, I believe that would be a true statement, Tiffany.
Okay. Give me a weather condition. One that's not going on right now.
He folds his arms.
Humor me.
Tornado.
Let's go for something less destructive. Rain,
okay.
snow.
Fine. Snow.
Okay. She is going to activate the Patreon gift from Rakuza, the Emerald Door, control weather. She is going to make it snow.
How much snow? Are we talking flurries? Are we talking not blizzard, but
cute scenic
heavy
flurry.
Snow? Cute scenic flurry. When the snowflake starts to fall, Trenton's face suddenly goes a bit white and pale, and he looks around as if he's dreaming, and he says, "What in Arceus's name?"
Not Arceus. Although legendaries are tied.
Okay. This is very late for me right now. What is happening exactly, Tiffany?
Okay. Alright. Cancels out the snow, lets it go back to being a nice night. It's possible to actually make it a few degrees warmer for those people that are still out trick-or-treating.
I'm sure you can do that, yes.
Okay. Goes over to front porch, sits down, and proceeds to launch into everything that's happened thus far.
So, let me get this straight. You're telling me that you have been chosen by the gods?
I made it snow. That's why I opened with that.
To collect the Arceus plates?
Yep.
Well, I was going to say, if it weren't for the fact that you just changed the weather, I probably would not believe you.
Exactly. Which is, again, why I opened with that.
We have a very strange family.
We do, don't we? What's strange is I just think we were so normal.
So, now that I know this information, I'm not really sure. I have to admit, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with this information.
I want people to know what's going on. If I disappear, or if you get news that I die, I don't want you to be shocked.
Well, that's a very morbid idea. Is this really that dangerous?
Team Rocket Raid!
I'm aware of this. Yes.
We're going to Johto. That's not going to be a fun camping trip.
First of all, how are you going to get through Johto? You need to have...
We're working on getting ranger clearance. You know this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's That's very impressive. If they would let you do that.
Yeah.
And what exactly do you hope to... Well, I don't know if I can help you with that part. I mean, I have a family. I have to...
I know. I'm not asking you to. Leans into his arm. I'm just asking you to listen to me right now.
All right, I'm listening.
Because I don't have Mom anymore. I don't even know if I have Father or Lubel or whatever else he wants me to start calling him. You are the only family I have left.
Dad is going through something right now. I would just let what's happening right now, just let it go its course for the time being.
Maybe. But at least someone in my family needs to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Also, you held your tongue about Mom and what you knew or even suspected. I need those answers now.
What exactly do you want to know? I think I've told you everything that I knew.
Okay, so you didn't know anything more.
I know that she went off, left our dad temporarily, came back, and she never actually said anything around me, but I think that even I started to get the gist that something happened and that you possibly may not be biologically our dads. But it was never fully confirmed or denied. It wasn't really a topic that I really wanted to breach, you know?
Yeah, I guess I can see that. Just, why did you keep this secret for so long? Because the thing is, Wade's dead now. If it turns out Lobel's really not my father, I don't get to have a relationship with my father now because he's dead.
I didn't think that it was really necessary, honestly. I mean, regardless of whether or not he was or wasn't your biological father, I didn't think it really mattered, honestly.
I don't know anymore.
And to be quite honest, if I were in your shoes, I probably would have preferred, honestly, to have been blissfully naive.
Yeah, but I'm me.
I probably would have been perfectly comfortable not knowing and just let what I knew to be true because I was comfortable with it and perfectly happy with it.
The thing is, though, I haven't been perfectly happy. Do you not remember me as a teenager? I was screaming at everyone all the time.
You seem like you have a lot going for you nowadays. I mean, you've gotten your dream job. You apparently have a lot more friends than you used to. Things between you and Jeffer seems to be much better. I think a lot of things have been on the up and up for you lately. And did I also hear that you're dating someone now?
Yes, Kyle.
So...
Yes, I need to introduce you to sometime.
So to be fair, I don't think that you have a right to self-pity yourself right now. I think you're actually in better shape than you were, what, a few months ago?
Thank you.
And apparently you've been blessed by the gods. I mean...
Yeah, I've had my life interrupted for this.
So...
Yeah, good times.
You'll have to excuse me if I don't have very much pity for you at the moment.
Aw. See, this is why I wish we'd have talked more growing up.
Tiffany, you know that I've been I'm not a very...
Feelings are for other people.
I'm not a very good emotional person. I'm not very good at communicating or showing feelings towards someone other than, I mean, obviously other than my wife and my children.
Aw.
But I am glad that we're talking now. And I suppose if Dad's right now being Dad, that if you need somebody to talk to, you can always come here. I'm sure Ariel would love to have you and have whatever she's cooking in that evening, and
Aww.
whatever it is you need that we can help you with during your little, I guess, missionary, whatever you call this. Let us know. I'm very busy, but I'll try to make some time to do whatever it is you need me to do.
Thank you.
You are my sister, and that doesn't mean I have to be nice to you all the time.
Oh, obviously not. I will always pick on you. That is my right as a younger sibling. I've looked into it.
Yes. But you're still my sister, and that will not change, okay?
Right.
He sighs. This once, just this once. So he'll walk over to you to give you a hug.
Stunned few seconds, then returns it. Careful there.
And then he lets go, and he's like, right, okay, that was weird. That was very weird.
Yeah. I'm still surprised about you and Ariel sometimes.
We might do this again maybe in another year.
Okay. Something to look forward to then.
Well, if you excuse me, I have a lot of work I need to get done before I go to bed.
I know. Take care of your family, okay?
I always do. And you take care of yourself. Don't do anything too stupid.
Oh, stupider than going to Team Rocket / Johto. Stupider than that! I mean, it's all on a scale, really.
I don't envy you.
Thank you. Because otherwise, clearly you've gone insane.
Yes, clearly. Happy All Hallows Eve, Tiffany.
Happy All Hallows Eve. I should go check on Cynthia.
Okay.
And she will head home.
Let's go to Molly for a second.
Hey, night.
That's what everybody's who's watching is waiting for.
Yep.
So, the Mount Moon scene. Okay.
Will she mount the moon?
Title.
Let's find out.
All right.
Yeah,
so you're supposed to call her around 10, I think, or 11? 10 or 11?
It was gonna be 11. I think maybe around 10:45. She's gonna give her a call
Sure.
before she goes.
Sure.
Yep.
Why, hello there.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey. So, are you ready for tonight? I'm so excited.
So am I. Well, it's been a very exciting night for me, definitely. But I'm excited about seeing you.
Oh. Well, I am extremely excited to see you as well. Did you do any trick-or-treating or anything this evening?
No, not really. I actually walked around with my friends, and we ran into some people that we knew, and yeah, it was very exciting.
Oh, that's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I had a relatively quiet evening, but I'm definitely ready to go ahead and check out the sights at Mount Moon, though.
All right. Well, I'll be there in about 15 minutes, okay?
All right, I'll be here.
All right.
She'll hang up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's gonna arrive. She's gonna give her the Glaceon costume, and if nothing else happens, they'll head over to Mount Moon.
Sure. While you guys are flying, Dr. Pearl is gonna say to Bullet, "Bullet, you are always such a smooth ride."
They might be able to see that he's grinning a bit, and he nods slightly.
She says, "Molly, I really love this costume. It's so pretty, and it feels very soft too."
Yeah, this I got it from this website that makes costumes, and yeah, they were having a 2-for-1 sale, so yeah, I grabbed 2.
Well, I think that is very cute. And you look great yourself, too. Remind me, out of character, what you're wearing again. Is it also a Glaceon costume, you said?
No, it's an
Or
Umbreon.
not? It's Umbreon. Okay,
Umbridge.
she's gonna say, I really love your costume too, especially with the rings. It's
Molly-
adorable.
Molly blushes a little, so she says, well, I try. And by the way, Bullet is dressed as Crobat Man.
Crobat Man, I love that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Bullet
he's got,
he needs to do one of those maneuvers where he flies up in front of the moon, so the silhouette, the Crobat silhouette, and then he goes back down. Like, that would be amazing. In fact, we'll just say he does that at some point before.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys will land by Mount Moon, and you'll hear some chanting as you land, and Alicia will whisper, "They're starting! They're starting!"
Oh, I don't know much about this event, so I'll just, I'll just go along with whatever you do.
She says, "Well, we don't want to disturb them. We just want to observe them. I'm not really sure if the Clefairy would get upset if they spotted us spying on their festivities. They might be okay with it, but I don't want to take any chances."
Oh, I understand. We'll keep our distance, but we'll see if we can watch.
Okay. Roll a stealth for me, please. Dr. Pearl is also going to roll a stealth. We'll see how that goes.
24.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
So, the moon is full that night, and it is shining very brightly up in the sky. And you see that the Clefairy, they have on, I guess what you could call face paint or body paint on. And they're forming themselves in several circles. Like rows of circles, I guess.
Okay.
That are enclosed
Like a
in each
target.
other. Yeah, almost like a target. I would say, yeah, sure. Visually, I guess it would look like a target from up above. And there's this big bonfire in the center. And the Clefairies are sort of dancing around this bonfire in these individual circles. And there's Clefairy of all ages and of all evolutions.
Okay.
And I would say that in the center of the ring, there's a Clefable who's wearing this giant feathered headdress of some sort. It looks like a Native American chief, and the Native American chief-looking Clefable has like a staff in his hand, and the Clefairy are singing this very beautiful, sweet sound, and just like in the cartoons, they, their fingers are like wagging, sort of like in a metronome kind of way.
Yep.
Because apparently that's what, stereotypes, that's what Clefairies do, apparently. They like to metronome. And it's really cool because it's this big, giant, choreographed dance, like I said. And, the circles, the outer circles sort of merge with the inner circles, and the inner circles merge out in the outer circles. And it just undulates back and forth. And it's very hypnotic, the way they do it. And you sort of feel like lost in this whole display. It's mesmerizing. You're not really sure how much time is passing. But at the same time, it's pleasant. It's very pleasant. And while you're watching this, Dr. Alicia Pearl looks extremely enamored. And she says, "There are very few of us that gets to watch this ritual of the Clefairy. You and I were very lucky, Molly."
Yeah, Molly is also watching, very entranced, and Molly's kind of giddy also. It's like she feels almost like a kid watching it. And she takes Alicia's hand, and she says, "Wow, I mean, I never thought I would get a chance to do things like this. I mean, I never got a chance to really celebrate holidays like this." And she looks over at Alicia and she just says, I'm glad you're here with me to see this."
I'm glad I'm able to share this moment with you too, Molly. It's a very beautiful moment.
Yeah, so Molly will watch. She'll watch the display for a little while, and then she'll actually stand up and she'll offer her hand to Alicia.
Oh. And she will smile and she will take a hold of your hand.
Mm-hmm. And she'll help her up and and she'll just say, "May I have this dance?"
Oh. She gives a bit of a curtsy. I would be honored.
Yeah. Molly will bow.
All right. Roll, I guess it would be an acrobatics for dance?
16?
16? Ooh. All right. So you dance a bit of a waltz. Maybe Tiffany might have taught you something at some point on how to dance. Maybe.
She and Maddie were bored in prison one time and took a dancing class.
Sure, there we go. Maybe took a dancing class at some point, and yeah, you're able to remember a good bit of that about that class. Mm-hmm. And Alicia will say, "Molly, I didn't realize you were so. I didn't realize that you were so light on your feet."
Well, those prison classes really taught me a lot.
She chuckles a little bit. It is, and for anyone, if you are glancing over at any point, I don't know if you are, but this is the moment where the Clefairy, several of the Clefairies emerge with these crowns of flowers, these flower crowns, and they start placing it on each other's heads. Almost like you're reaching the grand crescendo, the grand climax of this dance. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, you see these vast array of colors. And there's two different types of crowns. There are crowns of flowers that are multicolored flowers, like carnations or I don't know what other breeds of flowers come in multiple colors, like wildflowers. And then you have the crowns of pure white. And this crown of pure white is being held by the Clefable. And I'm going to say that Dr. Alicia Pearl recognizes this. And she's glancing a little bit over at the ritual, and she says, "So Molly, how much about this ritual do you know?"
Not much at all, actually.
Well, she says All Hallows Eve is normally attributed to the souls of the dead. Mm-hmm. The Clefairy take this time to celebrate life in general. Mm-hmm. And some scholars believe that they do this in thanks for a good harvest, or hope for a good harvest before the winter months. Some people believe that this is a time to celebrate all of the Clefairies that have a coming of age, I guess. There's this part that you're seeing right now with all of the flowers, and I think this is where the head Clefairy, as she's nudging at the Clefable, decides to choose one amongst the tribe to receive the crown of white flowers. This, scholars believe, would be the Clefairy that they felt personified the honorable qualities of being a member of their society. Recognizing someone for their, I guess, service, or for their leadership, or even for their example for the other members of the tribe. It's really a very sweet gesture, I think. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that, and I didn't know that Pokemon rituals were this detailed. But yeah, that's amazing. It's really amazing.
It's at that point that Alicia, takes a step, and then she steps on a twig, and it snaps.
Uh-oh.
Thanks to her level 9, her 9 stealth roll. And then at that point, the music stops, And then the Clefairy turn towards your direction.
Molly holds. She holds Alicia closer, just in case.
Several of the Clefairy look a little confused. Some of the Clefairy look scared. A good number of the Clefairy in the center look a little like annoyed. And at that point, Dr. Alicia turns to you and whispers and says, "Should we run or should we stay put?"
Well, it seems okay right now. Maybe we could stay put.
The Clefairy a good group of the Clefairy branches off and starts moving towards your direction. And most of the Clefairy moving towards your section have a very, I'm gonna say peeved look on their faces as they come to your direction. I can't speak Clefairy.
I can't either. Bullet?
Where did you leave Bullet? Because I assume you wouldn't trust him to stealth through there with you.
Yeah, he's probably just flying freely.
I mean, if you had him wait at the entrance or just farther back. Oh.
Yeah.
Point is, Hark, can he hear and how quickly could he arrive?
Roll a perception.
Okay.
Voyeurs! We have voyeurs in our midst. How dare they?
I know when you have two sheets open, you can't change the tabs of one.
Oh.
Yeah, that's annoying. Oh.
8. How blissfully unaware is he?
He's having too much fun flying.
Yeah, he's having a little too much fun, so he doesn't get
perfecting
to you
the
right
silhouette.
Away. Yeah,
Of course.
he doesn't respond to you right away. He'll at least not until the Clefairy actually get right up to you.
All right.
And the Clefairy looks like some of them have their hands folded across their chests and it looks like they're waiting for an explanation.
Just tapping their feet.
Yeah, tapping their feet.
Could Molly roll a charm?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So.
Yeah, this is where you want to raise their disposition.
Oh!
21.
Okay.
All right.
That was a really good roll.
So, what do you say?
Well, she kind of slowly lets go of Alicia, and she'll step forward, and she'll very gently get down on the ground, like on her knees in front of them, hands open so they can see she has nothing in her hands, and she just says, "We're sorry for interrupting. We just wanted to watch such an amazing event. If you want us to go, we can go. But we would appreciate it if you'd let us stay for a while."
After you say that, you do notice that the Clefable is moving towards you now, and some of the Clefairy around them are going to part in order to allow the Clefable to get through. And the Clefable puts its staff down in front of it and looks at you with a poker face. I don't think you can tell, like, based on its face, what it's feeling right now. And the Clefairy says, Clefable, 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 Clefable.
Sorry, we're very sorry for interrupting. Your ritual is very beautiful. It's incredible.
By this point, that's when Bullet will finally arrive.
Yeah, Molly will actually give Bullet a look like stay back for a little bit. We're fine for now.
Well, then he'll quickly sit and like fold his wings over in front of himself.
The Clefable will notice Bullet, and will take its staff and point to Bullet with its staff. you will hear it say Clefable, but in Bullet's ears, the Clefable says, "You come here."
He'll straighten up a little bit, just point a wing at himself.
The Clefable walks up to you with its staff, eyes you up and down, and then the Clefable says, "Nice costume."
Oh, thanks. I like yours too.
The Clefable actually looks a little put off by that and says, "This is not a costume. This is our traditional garb."
Oh, well, I mean, this isn't a costume, but I just appreciated the nice thought where your statement came from.
The Clefable then points the staff at those two and says, "These two yours?"
Well, just one of them, but the other one is with the one that's mine, so I guess kind of in a way.
Are they respectful to you?
Oh, they're the best.
So you trust them?
Absolutely.
They can stay as long as they do not interrupt us.
Cool. Didn't know that was a problem. Can I stay or should I go back outside?
The Clefable thinks for a moment and then says, "You may stay."
Okay, well, thank you. I will stay then.
The Clefable will then turn towards the two humans. Then it'll go towards the group. It'll raise up its hands and then say something in a language that you don't understand. Bullet will understand it saying, "They will stay for now as long as they don't interrupt us. But if they do interrupt us, kill on sight." And then the Clefairies go, "Clefairy!" with like a big smile. "Clefairy, okay. Sure, we'll kill on sight if they interrupt us."
The smile falters slightly.
How does Bullet react to that? They're cute little murderers.
Yeah, exactly. He was gonna flash, Molly and Alicia a smile, but it would definitely falter upon hearing that. And he kind of like looked to them and back to the Molly and Alicia and back to them. He has no real way of communicating it at this point, so he'll just sit quietly for now.
Molly will get up. She'll brush the dirt off of her, and she'll say, "Well, it looks like they're letting us stay for now. So, come on, let's go sit by Bullet."
You did a really good job. You did a really good job talking them down.
Well, I mean, apparently I'm pretty good with kids, so I guess talking to Pokemon is kind of similar.
She'll have a seat down next to Bullet.
Mm-hmm. Molly will sit down next to him.
And then the procedure will continue again, and she will once again she'll take her arm and she'll wrap it around you.
Yeah,
and lean towards you.
Yeah, she'll lean into it too.
The ritual continues. You will see that the Clefairy does choose one. I'm sorry, the Clefable does choose one of the Clefairy to present the white flower crown to, and it's one of those. It's kind of funny watching them because the Clefairy who gets it's very like Miss America pageant style. It's like me. Oh! And all of the Clefairy around her start getting excited. Oh, it's you! Oh my gosh, it's you! And
that one wanted world peace.
Yes, that one wanted world peace. And to Bullet though, in his ears, he hears, "Me? You chose me? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!" And all of the Clefairy
It's Dr. Girlfriend.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the Clefairy goes up. "I can't believe I was chosen. Wow. And of course, to you, it sounds like Clefairy.
That's so adorable.
The entire ritual continues on, and then finally it ends, and the Clefairy will break, and then they'll actually start roasting berries. They'll roast berries in the fire, and will proceed to feast, I guess, a late night feast. A Cleffa, itty bitty Cleffa, comes towards you, and actually no, the two Cleffa walk towards the Clefable, and they seem to be whispering something to the Clefable, and the Clefable looks in your direction, nods, and then the Cleffas nod, and then the two Cleffas come and they present you with some flower crowns.
She says, are these for us?
Bullet, so one of the flower crowns also goes to you, so there's 3 of them. And you will hear the Cleffas say, "You're supposed to give these flower crowns traditionally to someone you care about."
Aw, thank you. I didn't know you cared about me.
She says, we're giving these to you to give to somebody else you care about. Or if you, it's also a way to show someone that you like them.